I don't know about yours, but my house is a haven of productivity. The coffee machine switches itself on before I crawl out of bed, greeting me with a heady aroma and a much needed kick of caffeine. Thanks to the presence of a freezer and a microwave, I can prepare a meal in roughly the time it takes to set the table. A dishwasher ensures that our crockery and cutlery is clean and sparkling before that meal is even digested. Everything in my house just works quietly, efficiently, almost invisibly. Then I go to a demolition or a construction site, and suddenly, productivity wise, I'm back in the Stone Age. Now, don't get me wrong, the equipment's come on in leaps and bounds. Excavators that dig with surgical precision, machines that can practically and in some cases actually drive themselves. Electric excavators, remote controlled crushers, drones mapping sites before we've even set foot on them. We've got the kind of technology that our forebears would have dismissed as science fiction. But somehow we're getting less done. Jobs that would have been wrapped up in 3 weeks 20 years ago now take 5. We've got more screens, more sensors, more software, and less actual progress. At home, technology serves me. On site, I feel like we serve it. At home, I press start and the job gets done. On site, we press start and then we wait for approval, for confirmation, for a permit or a signature. We used to think productivity was about how much we could move, build, or break in a day. Now it seems to be about how many boxes we've ticked, how many meetings we've hosted or attended, how many progress photos we've uploaded. I've spent half a lifetime reporting on demolition, and I'll tell you this: the kit's not the problem. The people aren't the problem. It's the system that's choking the life out of the work. You know what really slows us down? Paperwork. Not just literal paper, but digital paperwork too. The endless stream of forms, checklists, sign-ins, check-ins, logins, and verifications. They don't prevent accidents or problems. They merely ensure that everyone's arse is covered when they arise. We used to start the day with a brew and a plan. Now we start it with a 45-minute induction. Then there's a RAMS briefing, the digital timesheet, then the equipment pre-check form, then the site diary, then the health and safety app that doesn't load because there's no signal. By the time the machines have actually warmed up, it's nearly lunchtime. Now, I get why all of this stuff exists. I really do. It's meant to keep people safe, to make things traceable, accountable, auditable. But when you drown people in admin, they stop caring. Their focus shifts from doing the work right to just getting the paperwork done. And that's not safety, that's bureaucracy disguised as progress. Somewhere along the line, we lost the balance. Every task comes with a stack of forms thicker than a Bible. Every photo needs metadata. Every site meeting needs minutes, initials, and signatures. I've seen people spending hours modifying a set of RAMs to include a task that might take minutes. And when the paperwork takes longer than the job, surely it's time to take a long, hard look at ourselves. We've created a system that measures everything but understands nothing. We've mechanized the work, be- but bureaucratized the worker. The irony is that people making these rules genuinely think they're helping. They believe that by tracking, measuring, and reporting every movement, they're improving productivity. But those on the ground know different. Every new layer of oversight adds another delay, another approval chain, another set of hoops to jump through before anyone can actually get on with the job. We've made progress so complicated that it's almost impossible to see it anymore. And technology was supposed to fix that, wasn't it? We were told digital was the future, that apps would streamline the process, cut down admin, make our lives easier. They haven't. Instead, we have one app for timesheets, one for safety checks, one for reporting, one for plant hours, one for deliveries. Half the time we can't remember which one we're supposed to use, and the other half we're resetting passwords because the system's locked us out. The problem isn't the technology itself, it's how it's designed and how it's implemented. Most of it is built by people who've never set foot on a site. They don't know what it's like to fill out a 10-step digital checklist with gloves on in the rain while the machine's idling in the background. They don't understand that productivity isn't a number on a dashboard, it's a feeling on the ground. It's when the job flows, when people know what they're doing and just get on with it. And while we're on the subject of technology, let's talk about communication. We've got Teams, Zoom, WhatsApp, project management software, shared drivers, cloud storage, and yet somehow no one ever seems to know what's going on. You can have 3 meetings about a single task, and still, when the lads turn up, the materials aren't there, or the machine's waiting for diesel, or the client's changed the spec. We've got tools smart enough to build skyscrapers, but we can't organise a skip delivery without 6 emails and the signature of a designated person. It's madness. We've traded common sense for compliance, experience for process, and in the process, we've forgotten the simple truth. Productivity isn't created in a spreadsheet. It's created by the people who know what they're doing and are allowed to do it. I've seen good people walk away from this industry, not because they can't handle the graft, but because they're no longer willing to tolerate the bollocks. The endless meetings about meetings, the training courses for systems that no one uses, the obsession with metrics that mean nothing on the ground. It wears you down. And the sad part is, it doesn't have to be this way. We've got some of the most skilled, innovative, and hardworking people in the world. Men and women who can look at a pile of steel and concrete and see the job already finished in their heads. We adapt, we improvise, we make things work. But the system doesn't reward that anymore. It rewards compliance, not competence. Maybe we've been chasing the wrong kind of efficiency. Maybe productivity isn't about doing more tasks, it's about removing the tasks that don't matter. At home, that's what technology did. It took away the nonsense. It made life smoother, lighter. Nobody had to sit for hours in a focus group to design a washing machine that works. Someone just made a tool that solved a problem. On site, though, every tool comes with a new rulebook. Every innovation needs an integration. Every time we simplify one process, someone somewhere will find a way to add more complexity. We've built a culture in which everyone's accountable, but no one's responsible. The truth is, we don't need another system. We don't need another app. We don't even need another meeting about productivity. We just need to trust people again. Trust the operators, the engineers, the supervisors, the ones that actually do the work. Let them make decisions. Let them use their judgment. Let them do what they've been trained to do. Because I'll tell you this, the day we stop trusting skilled people and start trusting systems more than we trust sense, that's the day we stop producing anything at all. And maybe the next big productivity leap won't come from AI, automation, or analytics. Maybe it will come from clearing out the clutter, all the useless paperwork, duplicated systems, pointless processes, and layers of management that don't add any value whatsoever. Maybe the best innovation isn't another machine. It's the idea that people should be allowed to do their jobs without 10 forms and 5 approvals. You know where we went wrong? We've made machines that think like people and people who work like machines. It's time to flip that back. Until then, I'll keep watching my dishwasher finish a full cycle in 40 minutes while sites grind through another week of meetings, sign offs, and emails about continuous improvement. Because right now, my kitchen is more productive than most of the construction industry. And that, my friends, says it all.